The Gatorland Express, just some quick safety tips. Please make sure we're keeping all hands, legs, arms, and feet in the train at all times. And if you guys do drop something, please don't jump out and get it. Let one of us know. We can get it for you guys on the way back. So sit back, relax, enjoy the ride. Alrighty guys, Gatorland was founded back in 1949 by Owen Godwin, and it was actually called the Florida Fish and Wildlife Institute. But that name was way too boring, sounded too much like a government building, so they switched it up to Snake Village just 1 year later. Now, Snake Village was a step in the right direction. However, people back in the 50s were terrified of snakes and didn't really want to come to a park that had anything to do with them. That's when Owen decided it was time to go to his wife, ask her for some help. And so she figured, well, you got lots of gators, you got lots of land, why don't we just call this place Gatorland? If we take a look over on our right-hand side, that is our swamp buggy, Swamp Ghost. That's that big monster truck you see right there. It'll take you across the back 40 acres of the park, and it'll also take you through a live alligator swamp. So if that sounds like your thing, the train's a little too slow and boring for you, you can always go ahead and check out our swamp buggy right there at our Swamp Buggy Depot. But anyways, that's enough of that boring informational history lesson. Coming up on our right-hand side, we've got our saltwater crocodile enclosure. Saltwater crocodiles are the most dangerous and aggressive of all the crocodilian species. In that first enclosure, we've got Morton and Sheila. In our second enclosure, we have Dundee and Phoebe. Dundee comes in at about 14 feet long and weighs over 1,000 pounds. And in our third enclosure, we have Salty Girl. She's the newest crocodile here at the park. She's only been here for about 2 or 3 months or so. And on our right-hand side, right in front of the bamboo right there, we have our Nile crocodile enclosure. In there, we're going to find Sultan, Lulu, and Blondie. And Blondie's really cool. She has this genetic mutation that actually makes her scales turn yellow. Also guys, keep your eyes peeled, because around this part of the park is where people say that they've spotted the rare Florida skunk ape. I don't typically believe in that kind of stuff, but it's Florida. You never know what you're gonna see out here. Alrighty, we're now making our way through our Piney Woods enclosure. This is one of the larger enclosures that we have here at the park. On our left-hand side, we got some of our 8 white-tailed deer right there, just hanging out. And they are called white-tailed deer because that little patch of white fur that they have under their tails. On our right-hand side, we're gonna see our 2 Indian zebu cattle brothers named Mason and Dixon. Those 2 are a miniature species of cattle coming from India. And they also have a hump on their back which stores fat and keeps them hydrated during the dry months in India. Our way through the gates, on our left-hand side is the Australian emu. That's the 3rd largest bird in the world. Now they can't really fly, but they run up to 35 miles an hour and lay a blue egg the size of a softball. On this side of the park, we're going to find the albino or leucistic alligators. We got Pearl Smokehouse if you guys are hungry. Our swamp walks back there, and the Legends of the Swamp Alligator Show is also on this side of the park. Guys, on our left hand side we have our Legends of the Swamp Alligator Show. That's where one of us goes in there, we wrangle up one of the gators. You guys can even take a picture with that same gator before or after the show, if that does sound like your thing. That show's gonna start at 10:45. And if we take a look over on our left hand side, we've got our Bobcat Bayou, home to our 3 North American Bobcats and 1 African Serval cat named Jabari. If we take a look over on our left hand side, that is our up close encounter stage. That's where you guys can get up close and personal with some creepy, crawly, scaly, slimy things. That show is going to start at 12:30. And if you take a look over on your right hand side, you're going to see a couple alligators right there in our 10-acre alligator breeding marsh. And if we take a look on our left-hand side, we've got our world-famous petting zoo. For just $2, you guys can feed the goats, you can feed our Zebu cow, our emu, and you can also feed our 2 baby capybara brothers named Ben and Jerry. Alrighty, all along our right-hand side is our 10-acre alligator breeding marsh. In there, we're going to find 130 different alligators, 100 females, 30 males. Now, around the months of June and July, we go in there and collect the baby alligator eggs. That's because baby alligators are very vulnerable. So we go in there, we collect the eggs, incubate them, and hatch them ourselves. And the largest alligator in there is Buddy. He comes in at about 13.5 feet long. And if you guys want to check out our baby alligators from last year, they're going to be over at our baby gator marsh, which is right across the water park and right in front of our Florida Panther exhibit. But anyways, folks, we are making our way back to the station. Hope you guys enjoyed the ride. Please remember to watch your step and watch your head when exiting the train. Have a great rest of your day here at Gatorland, and please remember to exit from the front of the train to the back. Let that first family in front of you guys get up, and the rest of you guys are good to get off. Anyways, take care, and let's try to keep those masks on at all times. Thank you.